So we're just going to talk about how to use your legs effectively while deadlifting. So what we're going to do is we're going to take Coach Brendan. He's going to come in. He's going to demo some conventional pulling to begin with. So what we're going to see first is a conventional pull that's very back dominant. So when he goes, hips are higher, and then the back is maybe flat or a little bit rounded, and the pull is done. And just go ahead, and that's the position. Usually a little bit slower at lockout. So what we want to try and do is, he's going to go through one more time, is we're going to change this to being more leg dominant. Now this is going to be dependent upon your own body structure. You might need to pull this way, but if you have the mobility, what we want to try and do is pull into a position where the bar is still back. It's not drifted too far forward, so we don't want to have too low of hips. We're not trying to squat, we're trying to still pull, but you want to bring those hips so we can keep a flat back. Hips are lower than the knees, or hips are higher than the knees, but lower than the shoulders. And then from here we're going to try and use those quads to push and break the bar off the ground. Keep the bar close, and then once you get to about mid-shin, you're going to see that the shins are vertical, nice strong position to keep pushing away from and get those hips to lock out with. A good way to learn this motion, if you struggle with it, is once you get to the top, you work on lowering down slowly. So you push those hips back, you get to your knees, your shins are vertical, and then you start to let those knees drift forward. You stay in this position, and then you reverse it up. So this way, we get into a nice strong position to use the legs for conventional pulling. This is where a lot of people struggle. Now we're going to go to sumo. Sumo, a lot of people use their legs a little more effectively here, but still quite often struggle. What we can see is the lower the hips, again, the more you can use your legs. So he sets up with his hips nice and low, knees are out. You see oftentimes the hips are almost at level with the knees. He drives into the ground. And again, once he breaks that floor, his knees are usually a little bit in front at first, and they drift back. We have that vertical shin position again. So a little bit in front of the bar, he pushes into the ground, and those knees end up in a good position to allow him to bring the bar up. So he goes down, nice and slow, and learning that position. Now if we were to look at a different position where his hips are higher, this is a bit more back dominant again. So that's still not that bad. You'll see even higher hips sometimes, more of like this position. So this is a very back dominant one where you don't take advantage of your quads, a very strong muscle group. So what we want to do is we want to work on pulling the hips down, letting the knees go forward a bit, and you want to push and keep that bar close to your body. So that's how you effectively use your legs while deadlifting.